Education is the equalizer, because it is still true that the mind is the standard of a human being. No matter how tall you are, if your mind does not work well, you are just a tall fool.
See the pain.
Have role models, and the role models, they are pragmatic ones. A pragmatic leader like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
We live in a world of contradictions. These contradictions, however, keep the world going. Let me explain what I mean. Ghana is a small but very dynamic, independent African state. We are trying to reconstruct our economy and to build a new, free and equal society. To do this, we must attain control of our own economic and political destinies. Only thus can we create higher living standards for our people and free them from the legacies and hazards of a colonial past and from the encroachments of neo-colonialism.
When you look at the existing infrastructure in this country, about 60% of it was done by Nkrumah in the period of 9 years, from 1957 to 66. And up to now, we've not been able to match what he did.
Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our every weakness. They prey upon our vanities and flatter us in every kind of way. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free.
I go around the country and I see the works of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and he's been my role model.
The Chinese president summons all our presidents, and they summon them. The letters may be polite, but it's summons. They go to Beijing, tails between their legs.
Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price, and Erikoboku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers, and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics is ready.
See the pain.
You have done the same propaganda for 15 months. Today, you have been exposed by electricity charges. Electricity Tariffs Act exposing you that you are not doing nothing in government for the last 15 months. You've been exposed by water tariffs that for the last 15 months you are not doing anything in government. Mr. Speaker, business owners are suffering. They cannot pay electricity tariffs. Mr. Speaker, cocoa farmers are suffering because you are struggling to manage the cocoa sector. Mr. Speaker, this is nothing other than propaganda. Mr. Speaker, your government so far is government by propaganda, of propaganda, with propaganda, and full of garbage. Mr. Speaker, thanks for the opportunity.
See the pain.
Education is the equalizer, because it is still true that the mind is the standard of a human being. No matter how tall you are, if your mind does not work well, you are just a tall fool.
See the pain.
You have done the same propaganda for 15 months. Today, you have been exposed by electricity charges. Electricity Tariffs Act exposing you that you are not doing nothing in government for the last 15 months. You've been exposed by water tariffs that for the last 15 months you are not doing anything in government. Mr. Speaker, business owners are suffering. They cannot pay electricity tariffs. Mr. Speaker, cocoa farmers are suffering because you are struggling to manage the cocoa sector. Mr. Speaker, this is nothing other than propaganda. Mr. Speaker, your government so far is government by propaganda, or propaganda with propaganda, and full of garbage. Mr. Speaker, thanks for the opportunity.
See the pain.
Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price, and Erikoboku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers, and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics is ready.
See the pain.
Now when they say, I am not serving only MP, I'm serving ground, and especially the youth of this country.
See the pain.
Our role models, and the role models, they are pragmatic ones. A pragmatic leader like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
We live in a world of contradictions. These contradictions, however, keep the world going. Let me explain what I mean. Ghana is a small but very dynamic, independent African state. We are trying to reconstruct our economy and to build a new, free and equal society. To do this, we must attain control of our own economic and political destinies. Only thus can we create higher living standards for our people and free them from the legacies and hazards of a colonial past and from the encroachments of neo-colonialism.
When you look at the existing infrastructure in this country, about 60% of it was done by Nkrumah in the period of 9 years, from 1957 to 66. And up to now, we've not been able to match what he did.
Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our every weakness. They prey upon our vanities and flatter us in every kind of way. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free.
I go around the country and I see the works of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and he's been my role model.
Wait, you have done the same propaganda for 15 months. Today, you have been exposed by electricity charges. Electricity Tariffs Act exposing you that you are not doing nothing in government for the last 15 months. You've been exposed by water tariffs that for the last 15 months you are not doing anything in government. Mr. Speaker, business owners are suffering. They cannot pay electricity tariffs. Mr. Speaker, cocoa farmers are suffering because you are struggling to manage the cocoa sector. Mr. Speaker, this is nothing other than propaganda. Mr. Speaker, your government so far is government by propaganda, or propaganda.
Good afternoon. Raise to the power 50,000. Today happens to be the 24th day of July 2026. Another beautiful afternoon. Nyankopon ayaya dom tachomada bojoboje die mo afrisane ebraso se ye de sinu pei dwumadie edebra wo fri sabre kosi se nonai ebebo ana ye de eba. And as usual dwumadie no etese no wa hyen ennepa ewom ene doso Albert asumani politicals are join me na ye de eye Ghana nkomo ye de abrel na on Ghana nkomo enra enasie nyina be hye no nso a eye oman photo samfo talking about eye finance minister honorable Dr. Kesel ato Forsen ekoman mra hye bedwafie na fe eye 2026 mid-year budget review enode ebreye na ensama wodo a epiepie efrimono yebehe na fe yedi ho enkomo and of course yebehe se yene aspects enso so ebedi nkomo na fe yetimi ehunu ne efrimo eba isan se wo MPP and NDC ye wo mi ankasa mani free ye menya hunu bida se abaya wote akonwa so ebe ready budget na bibi papa bi eni dasuo bi abam ede ama opposition party ensida enti eba ne sana esese ye gina enchen na afi ye ne atentrene ene ye ne wo mo edi nkomonti ebe na afi ye de ho enkomo. And then of course I am also going to come into your way with a editorial and afi sabato we are fit and so be join it now messages ahodo a every YouTube and afi WhatsApp ebeba no na wakenkan nyina de amayen na se what join in dada Net2 TV GH on Facebook, Net2 TV GH on YouTube as well. Eti ubetimi ashase na afi de comment and afi reactions no de afaho aba na yakenkan de ama. And also what join in our radio so Oman 107.1 and afi NAP radio 90.1 ono so ewo in fifth mantemo precisely asin for su an yede eba na emrepem yebebie phone lines na be ma kwan na etiefo ne ahefo nso abem am yede nkomo na bibia aye kama enen so mene wo ebeko the builder in chief book num na yede nkomo kakra sanse wonim se eniema hodo a ewo the builder in chief book num no enya sem ketwa na last week mamia wadi 80 something years shase make the builder in chief book no asem no eno suma ne nana ono te sakomo no estate ano osuma ne nana wono te hatwo se bia ne ntam kwana koto book ni bibreme eti se wo ya abrante wo ya baba na wa ma wani ambre the builder in chief book na I am telling you se niam bebre ana ohre bomodin se onsu benya copy na especially se wo koda nwumre na uridi book we now the da ubehunu se ampa it talks about honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong yenyina ye nim papai ne modern ba wabo abrabo wabo and then impo politics mun kukuhwiase ni nyina no woni namu monchimonka ne namu kakrakra an waba bedru enkonkon so it is a wo sha ase se wo kan ehoma efa ne ho a then of course nanamon na wutietie mu no nyankopon so de wubesi ye ama bibia aye kama nti bomodin se won sabetimi account de na bibia aye kama ewusua ye from Anthony Kofi Inkum Dazi from Mr. Inkum ma menda Kingdom Herbal Center adwumako na se ye de nupa hodo bebre na ba adwama so Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules mema ye de ni o se ye ko hoyi weekend de esese yetimi ehye ye botoma na bibia nso ejina ye Kingdom Tremendous Capsules ni siesie ma emma eho yefe emma wede no ekasa afei etete montimon kan niam ahodo a ensem fata efra himfie na na eba ekwan mu ada ho kama and of course yadeɛ bi ani asase so a yɛtu ne din sɛ ɛyɛ krankro, especially sɛ unya kingdom garlic bitters and the capsules no na ononom a etu yadeɛ na sese hu afei enu na chi no esan so ɛbɔ ho ban stronko na yadeɛ bi atwe ne ti a wo abɔ na to nkyɛn eti eba ne saade ana kyese wo yadeɛ mu deɛ wo ne yadeɛ bi ato nkwanta a obɛpae abusua ona so asena yɛde dwumadie no ɛbrɛ wo sɛ open no pay bi na afei watu aton a frɛ yɛn ɛwɔ 0275 804 064 0275 804 064 na one Kingdom Herbal Center in the enkomomrepem measure de biebie ni amani amwahunu sene a etie. Up next a lion's mentality sinupei ye kano sene a etie. We are on.
Osho said the greatest fear in the world is the opinion of others. And the moment you're unafraid of the crowd, you are no longer a sheep. You become a lion. A great roar arises in your heart, the roar of freedom. Sheep have no freedom. The sheep live with fear and uncertainty every day. A sheep never leads, a lion never follows. A lion is in complete control of his or her life. The lion does not accept scraps and does not get told what to do or where to go. The lion goes about his business fearlessly and with extreme competence. You will never lead a lion to the slaughterhouse. They will lead you. The lion is the king of the jungle. And it's not because the lion is the biggest. It's not because the lion is the fastest. It's not because the lion is blessed with any great advantage over other animals. It's the mentality of the lion that makes the lion the king of the jungle. What is the lion mentality? Fearless courage. Bravery is a key trait of the lion. The lion will never surrender. The lion will never lie down and die, not even if surrounded by 10 hyenas. The fight is never over until it's over. Maybe you're not surrounded by hyenas. Maybe you're just buried by bills. Maybe you need to stand up for something you believe in that no one around you agrees with. Do not give up. Do not give in. Be fearless in going after what you really want in your life. Maybe you've been at it for years and nothing has worked yet. Maybe you're tired of hunting your goals and seeing no rewards. Do not give up. You must keep fighting. You have no guarantee of success if you keep going, but you do have possibility. There is a chance. The only guarantee comes with quitting, and that is the guarantee of missing out on the life you really want. Keep fighting for the life you must have, regardless of the hyenas. No so.
Welcome back. About so say yede editorial eba na enra no kra ne say yentimi amba na enepa bi ewo ho eti na yentimi amba isan say na finance minister o my Ghana photo some for so konra she bedwafie so as usual na say yensu etimi epeke ne aman kakra ti ye peke ye na enu anwumrebe nonkunu na pani bi efreme oyensentroni kese pa wo Ghana ha in fact oneme kasa 23 minutes and oneme kasa ye na obisa me se adenti na ya anya adwuma na me kirekire ni mu no so ene na chese ne kwan so ano no but then okasem mi se adwuma we ya ye no yemfa hye etirimu sempanifo bebre na monitor na wahunu se ye ka nokre no ankasa se de tie yɛma a political party influence your thinking and after your analysis esan sɛ yɛama kwan ma Ghana ankasa atake over and ɔde ɛyɛ adwuma na asam ɔka ya makoma tom yam na manage or say a day is coming Ghana will reward you guys. Eti ɛwɔ mo bisa me say ore Ghana said yesifa ekono say me gidie edison do ote se me kasa ewo TV so radio so all the time but then opeso hu se me ankasa me gidie ni san ewo Ghana o me wo gidie se one day Ghana be yi ana ete say ena me sere ye na me ka kire ni say yes me gidie e ka kire me say one day Ghana ebe ye or say me dear ben na me motivation and I say me motivation and say niamehu nipa bi so mo ye na sase so no that is what motivates me ma me gitum say yes dachi bia no Ghana no ebetimi ayeye enema be fa de tampa afra na mekano kweka chene say we need enkofo a omo online ne ho do e wo makoma so and until say you betimi anya sa enkofo no there's no way say online betimi akonanim and o say meka say online ho do ade na me pese meka na meka chen so we de enya de bia e de nemom ya hu enkofo do na online ho do e da o makoma so. And then book me, I am going to read about the acts of generosity. The acts of generosity. And no I may babe ready. Na sadie way and the shaming crying say a time is coming now. You bet me and Yankofwa Ghana no do makoma so. I am not saying say enipa abesin ko mampani awodo abesin ko ene oman so afo mrahye ene abamu nipa wo mo ye adwuma no yenya wo mo a oman do makoma so. That is not what I am talking about. Nemom ni American say in as much as men can sa no, I am also saying say yenya enkofo a Ghana no eda o makoma so because say no ensuo kakra to Ghana na akofa ohaw bebre e de aba. But in so to ayre so 2 hours na Ghana ayiri disaster enam ne kwam ene ade eti se urese saade eguso a ekoso anano mi hunu se local government ministry minister wadano no ene some assemblies bi one some assemblies bi kontokwa adaye a na sem ni nyina ne se assemblies ni bi wo a Wama shada ama Zumi Lion Company Limited no edi najuma atufom and wama sisa sikani nyina de akoma assemblies ne say yen in terms of sanitation your person one kasa assembly no motam ebe mobo na fe mu ye ho adwuma na o free sabra no besi ne na ye bi sika akoma assemblies no no mo mfa nya adwuma na nsuo to ana Ghana nyina ayire no and no na catch me say ye yankofo a oman do makoma so because jedika no se Ghana eda wakoma so a ansana wudi sika no ekoma district assemblies no ubedi kan ebusa wo mo omo plan what they are going to do in terms of sanitation na fe wa no so and then omo budget no agina so e de ama wo mo ba se wa hwe sa ne ama we nyina na okuku sika no ma wo mo na fe akire minister tisim se woni wo mu koku because osusu se o ma fa sika no anya adwuma eho ana mementi ase eho ana mehunu ni se o ma ne da yakoma so a ye yi sika na koye bibia ye bedi kan ehu krata bi se sika na ekono ade a ekwa akoye nie na it takes nipa onu ankasa saa niema na ye di sika ne ma assemblies ne se munje na monfa nkonkoye no onu ankasa timi atu ne botom eyi sika o sign na ni hu fifire edinyaaye na odi amasemo fa nkoye saade we eti echira bi sia de sika akwa ya because ono ankasa di kan ato ne botom aye saade ni bi penti onim said ete eti that person is going to make sure say ampa sika no betimi akwa kodu ne destination na akoye adwuma esese kokoye e de ama my Ghana. Simple and short. And one I'm a person. Now, I want to talk about Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong because on Friday, as usual, me person ye dino ho enkomo kakra. And book we ene kuta me makatro se book we mpanifo eto it is a we babunu na wan pe book we bi anto a me de me kanokra tro se wo na wo ye ohu wa ena oye ho ti bomodin se obetimi ajoin ni we aye page 165 ena mi ready ewa ha June 3rd 2015 fire disaster. June 3rd 2015 fire disaster and on komo ena midi. It began as rain, gentle, forgiving, almost musical. The kind of downpour Accra had, always known. But on the night of June 3, 2015, the heavens forgot to stop. The city's drains overflowed. Roads vanished beneath torrents. And the proud streets of Kwame Nkrumah Circle turned into rivers of despair. Then came the spark at the Goya fuel station, where stranded commuters sought refuge from the storm. A leak met fire, and in a heartbeat, Accra's flood became an inferno. A leak met fire, and a heartbeat, Accra's flood became an inferno. The sky erupted into flame. Water and fire danced a deadly waltz through the streets. Cars melted, walls collapsed, and more than 150 souls were lost to the crew union of negligence and nature. Now, we are talking about June 3rd, 2015 in Subrania, Etoye Ewan Krampumpuni Mantemo, according to the builder-in-chief book we Enekutame, that's the builder here. That is the builder. This is the builder-in-chief. We need people who are ready to build. People who are hungry enough to build. And no Ewan Komo Enaminu. So, on that beautiful day, in social se said ya yenim wo Ghana ha en kakra krafe na Ghana for him so ye say aha de ya say ya na tie en kakra kra de kwa nwumrebo mu no en afei yehu se ensuo ne baabi akeka kɔ no atra so na baabi a eye Goyal filling station na Ghana fo bi a wo nam akwan so mu ni car enti at that point na ensuo to na se so mu nya baabi foforo ejina na omu dimrika ko gina ho obi nim ne esiye yehu ya no na leakage bi afri baabi aba yehu ya no na eja bi enamu na afei eja ena ehia ensuo ena afei niama foforo ne namu na eja brane ena ato ye ni da ya wo so na nipa maako oha ene aduonum 150 womo ahwere omokra. That is what this book is telling us. This is a book, The Builder-in-Chief. Pebi. When the smoke cleared, Ghana wept. Families searched the morgue for the unrecognizable survivors, wandered like shadows, clothed in salt and disbelief. The nation declared 3 days of mourning. Yet for many, grief stretched into months that never truly ended. But amid the sorrow, one man refused to look away. Ken Ohene Agyapong did not issue a statement of sympathy. He acted. Enti time na ensubrane no ato. Na Ghana foto mani hwe benkum hwe nifa. Say, hey, we de yenka bi nhemu eno subrane ato yenchem ato Ghana. Na Ghana fo nso no egugem no. Na ebinom ene na mortuary. Epo madehye, ebinom ene na hospital. Epo madehye. Na leaders bi nso so asase a womo issue statement. And one man edie otransidi no say statement no enye bibia. Nemom mehwe na maye bibi. Omanimu so ekeka ne ho ema BBC ye. We are talking about Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong, the builder-in-chief, a book pa. In the very hours where tragedy still hung thick in the air, he opened a flood victim relief account, calling on citizens and corporations alike to rise above politics and pity. His business became location point. His media platforms, channels of coordination and truth. He matched works with resources, relying a wave of quiet generosity that brought food, shelter, and medicine to those who had lost everything. Ken Ohene Agyapong heading was say near SC nipa to ase nya no keke obi wo wa pra na wa pra no chese ohwe a ne bibia wo asase so e wo no ankasa nipa na wogina ho no. Na at that point Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong e make sure say obetimi aye bibi enti odi bibi ba ya na e fe no flood relief account ono ankasa hyase ko bie account edito ho ena afi oton safre Ghana de shiamaka say mumbra na afi obi anfa bi matum na yemfa emwa eno na chi no make sure say the media houses edebo modern afi omo disade we hu nkomo se de be ya ebeduru wiase afa na nyina ampa yensom yene nipa eti Ghana fo bi nso ba ye be so mu eboae ema niema ekọ nanim yie papapa enne amene okasei eno na ma enipa bi a wo mokoda hospital wo madehye ahwiri sika enipa bi a wo moto ase no wo madehye eni sika kwam de be yie no based on that sika na ebae no adehye etimi nyanyina sofoforo edema omabrabo. We are talking about the act of generosity. The act of generosity. And so menkoma me penny di ya me ka se ye yanko for man no edo makoma so no. That was exactly what I meant, because ananu ye unu se Ghana for maybe akoka our Lebanon. Na time asanko for we ekoka ye no. And indeed omama na nso ho nemom omo yedi unu se ye won penifo do oyachi etimayenton sanfanfe wo mo na yeton safre wo mo a me ogidie se ombetimi aba na omaba beboaye eti yenya enipa bi a wo moton sade fe Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong senior papa yi eye flood relief account no the same thing ene no so no wonu di kan ko bi account obo sika de to ho ana afei woton safra foforo ana omo so du omo de ebe ka ho eno na ma yekofa Ghana forma no maka Lebanon yekofa womo edi womo ebaye act of generosity. Me busa se Ghana no edawakuma so say there are some politicians that we know, there are some politicians that we see aye nim se enkofoi eba into mainstream politics no omo financial status say enanet ye ene so mu wie aye so 4 years 8 years no mu pia you see different kind of people. Utimi se nipa ya okwe wa boma ankasa. Eti ya wonkofobia, they are into politics to make profit. And there are some people who are also genuinely into politics to make sure so metimia yusu sa office no to bring about help to enkofo womo ehia. Hwe se yanhwane yampen kofo a oman Ghana no show makoma so edo makoma so na yamfo mo anyina man na no a se de ekwenu se ya mebeko anano mibusa me ho se sa abobo ya afoi menya abotre ekan wo mo from Kaneshi to Kasua menya abobo ya afo mako 85 ena me kan wo mo anu mo nyina kuta bola no mo de nam ye main road ene ye kuta bola e de namu but mibusa ye leaders awie say omo ba politics ni mu so omo beboa Ghana fo omo ba politics ni mu so mpeso omo sesa Ghana fo abrabo say eye sa na omo de ba politics ni mu dia then I am telling them say omo ntimi achieve it because before so omo beba into politics e komo na de Ghana fo eye the same komo no edatiase before so omo beba into politics Ghana fo no munya ka papa kranfo eda so ate said de tie ebesi ne ansa no mbeba into politics Ghana fo a no omunya adwuma nye no ene kwa na guso a ekosoro and so we need politicians omuye general omuwa akumapa because say anyesa our problem here in Ghana will remain the same na said de tie na bekoso agina saa and no de na de bia ya na me boy say Ghana fo nyina ne menya akoma kro na afei ye momode ye nsore ne ma ye ne mre politicians na so na ye mo nti ase say ni enti a omo buy into politics no omo ntimi achieve bibia because on a paper MPP baba on a paper NDC baba na fe waka chiro say me buy no metimi e grow Ghana e dia free ha dia kwakosi ha on a paper you will see it me buy no mama Ghana for do adwuma say on a paper you will see it me buy no masi hospitals makuma say on a paper you will see it but in reality you can never found it because we need enkofo womo eye generous so that oya de na obefri na kuma mu say ma menye saade we na kina me ni aba mu bie mu a yetimi abomidin aka say me na me de saade we ebaaye me na metimi eye saade we that is why osade for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Ghana man pani a odikan besine wewu so many years ago yeguso ebonidin because papa no eba politics no oba se obeye bibia betimi aboa omanfo enunti na wewu ko so many years ni eguso ebonidin oba ya wode akomapa ene ba ye nti otimi ye kwan a edi so many years akwan na ye se asempo ye ebubu no begimi babre ekwan asai kwa na ye ebubu no kra no hebra ye breye but womo a akeye omaba nansen otimi ye kwan na di 2 years na kwan no ateteko. And so it tells you the difference between the two. That is why I am saying, say, we have gotten a man who is telling us, say, the role model is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Na enema Dr. Kwame Nkrumah osadefo ebabeye ye no. Say ye man akwenja. Say ye man opportunity na. He is going to make sure say beating the records of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Dr. Nkrumah eyisu 9 years. End of the year, Saturday, no. This man is asking us, say, your man just 4 years. Now you ready, Bessie? Ewo Ghana ha. Hey, we need enkofo ekuta komapa. Ometimi aboa Ghana ema mpuntuo no. Ye nyina ye de ani behu se mpuntuo no edimrika. That is what we want to see. in terms of sikasam there, me, I can tell you, say, Ghana, you need sikasam no problem. But, you sika, you tu sika tugu. That is why I debia complaining about sika. You sika, you first sika nya juma SSA. That is why I debia complaining about sika. You sika, you say, adia ye sika nsen konkoye no. Aye juma na wie manfaso ahyase e baso. Ena niema ye di sika betimi akɔhyɛ mu a emfaso bɛba kra de ya dwene enko hɔ kra. That is the problem ye face ewo Ghana ha. Enu nti na Ghana enyini ewo bukum osikasɛm afam. Ghana enyini ewo bukum ewo mpuntu afam. Ghana enyini ewo bukum osikasɛm se mama Ghana de hye nya adwuma, mama Ghana de hye say, but in reality enye sa enete because amanfo a ewura into politics no. Omamba politics with akoma ebetimi asesa Ghana no. Nemom omoba politics with akoma ebetimi asesa womo omo financial status. Until say ye libeba ye ho so. Until say dako nyankopon be bie ye ni. Until say dako Ghana sunsun ene ye bekasa no. Ye betena say ye hwehan na nea ekoso no bekoso akoso. Kosi say dakoro ye ni ebeba ye ho so. Enu ni dawura megina ha mebo e de akere wo. Say ye momode na afei enipa wo mo wa komapa no ye mfa ye ni emfa hunu wo mo. Ena me kofa ho baabi. Na baabi a me kofa ye no ye se ga east ana hospital ho baabi ana me kofa ho. Ana me ni pani ba ku di nkomo ehwo anu akofa batum se oh na unim se wo boss kra covid no oba beboaye na me se sa o se oh covid adoya honorable Ken ohina Agyapong ebe ye yen wa ha no enya asem ketwa eno wo kwabenya ho asem na me ken kwabenya ho no enam so be ye den ene ma obobo niama obrayen bed obrayen cylinders obrayen way nam say ye o de ye twa so ena me de fa kwan. Look, se ono ankasa tini botom sika e de aye sa de because onim say hospitals no ehia. Look, no bed syndrome no we need to be a Ghana dana koma so betimi aye afiri ho e simple and short. Let us begin to search nipa Ghana dana koma so. Womo a ewo mu a womo ye no Ghana do mo so makoma so all right, but bibia mu no there are levels. Eno ene sakraya ewom. Act of generosity from the builders in chief enkomo ana me ni odi. Mekoso abota de ro we ya kosi se wani baba ho so mekoso abodo ro ya kosi se Ghana sunsum eno be kasa na se Ghana sunsum ne o kasa dako obeda so dae no ade a obehu eno ne e beba wadwenem ne e beba akoma mu no wo sori a enyo obi na be ka kire se MPP ene NDC wo mo no mo say yemen because eno ahwede e course of parliament MPP force ani da so bi anim emre bi a etwem MPP force de omo de koye NDC form omo nsa so ko wiem se ani da so bi anim enkosi da ben eda me mani beba me ho so ene da won so ani beba ho so aye behunu se eye MPP NDC omo na eku oman no sada na no ye be hyase se de sesesi no ebesi me da me ho aba Albert Asumani political za join me na ye di nkomo ye fra me Anthony Kofi Inkum Dazi sinu pein ye kano senia etie we are on.
Education is the equalizer, because it is still true that the mind is the standard of a human being. No matter how tall you are, if your mind does not work well, you are just a tall fool.
See the pain.
Have role models, and the role models, they are pragmatic ones. A pragmatic leader like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
We live in a world of contradictions. These contradictions, however, keep the world going. Let me explain what I mean. Ghana is a small but very dynamic, independent African state. We are trying to reconstruct our economy and to build a new, free, and equal society. To do this, we must attain control of our own economic and political destinies. Only thus can we create higher living standards for our people and free them from the legacies and hazards of a colonial past and from the encroachments of neo-colonialism.
When you look at the existing infrastructure in this country, about 60% of it was done by Nkrumah in the period of 9 years, from 1957 to 66. And up to now, we've not been able to match what he did.
Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our every weakness. They prey upon our vanities and flatter us in every kind of way. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free.
I go around the country and I see the works of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and he's been my role model.
The Chinese president summons all our presidents, and they summon them. The letters may be polite, but it's summons. They go to Beijing, tails between their legs.
Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price, and Erikopoku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers, and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics is ready.
See the pain.
You have done the same propaganda for 15 months. Today, you have been exposed by electricity charges. Electricity Tariffs Act exposing you that you are not doing nothing in government for the last 15 months. You've been exposed by water tariffs that for the last 15 months you are not doing anything in government. Mr. Speaker, business owners are suffering. They cannot pay electricity tariffs. Mr. Speaker, cocoa farmers are suffering because you are struggling to manage the cocoa sector. Mr. Speaker, this is nothing other than propaganda. Mr. Speaker, your government so far is government by propaganda, or propaganda with propaganda, and full of garbage. Mr. Speaker, thanks for the opportunity.
See the pain.
Education is the equalizer, because it is still true that the mind is the standard of a human being. No matter how tall you are, if your mind does not work well, you are just a tall fool.
See the pain.
welcome back. Albert Asumani, political za atenase ya yebedi enkomo. Ghana problem, a problem. Ghana nije. This say Drew baby na say oman mu ye den. Look, I'm telling you, sir, Ghana mpanifo political leaders. Oman no emun sisan said ya mokika no. Eni ama sisan yo. 8 years ebesen koye no. Look, I am telling you, say, oh ye wait, but Ghana ni ambrabo no and sisan yo. And still a day in day out eguso kwa nanim na saya na say. Inti moma yenya hu biribi. Ye betimi aye. Ye selfish interest in ntonchen. Na yemfa hye ya adwum se pese ye leave a certain mark behind. And yes, I ne ye be ye den. Albert Asumani, political za atenase ya ye babe di enkomo. Enra Ghana Futu Samfo finance minister ekom na shebedwefie na ode 2026 mid-year budget review and ode ebaye na ohensema odu epie mu se Ghana for over 1 million ena fiti brand DC ba mu ye yoma firi ohia doko ye yoma firi mu kranti ze Ghana for ayadefo ene de keke ka ho ene baye ye bedoma suko na afi ye dimo enkomo ofidwem ha emrepem ebebie phone lines no ne amakwan na etiefo ne ahwefo nso so abam bi sanse yene mu nyina ene ye adwuma wa join ne yen ewo radio so a eyoman 107.1 enkrapompune mantemu kasoa ene ne mpatem sanso na wa join ne yen ewo asenfosu eye central region precisely asenfosu a eye nap radio 90.1 eno no nso kutemu a wode esom yen ewo ho abusua adwuma na da yanim ne ye nyina ye adwuma nye ba akofo de a ye nyina ye de a Ghana no ye be yam ye nyina enti ye mmomode na afa ye nyina ye mfa ye kra enhyem na ne ye be yi no ye nye na ebe ye yi. Albert Asumani political za ena atenase a ye be di nkomo yi opani Asumani bibi aboko de
nyame adomboko na so
jetei nso so me ho ye ye de ka etano kata ne sa na chese ya lenke
na se bibia
ya kama amanfo so ma fe enro ma hu
ma fe abamba se enra de ayi o de say keso atoforce
sa
eye Ghana finance minister ya ne budget statement ana enra mo de your time no dey fine into na omo hu enra no but na we chire ho na monitor procedures from back door na o hwe said the enra o deliver ne mid-year budget statement review budget review statement no na emunsem ne after that encrophone so comment abeba na I think it's interesting. So that kind, you be doing come on there. Said there, a coy. But enra, yeah, go be an church ho. I to force into the one here,
and I was forcing.
He was forcing.
Eti Albert Asumani atenase be din come on na. Enra o share a finance minister. Producer say, except ni bi wo ho ana modi bi ato so amaye na yetimi edimu enkomo. Enra ohe said yesifa ekoye na ma yenkwohwe kakra na afi yemra ye ba yetimi adi ho enkomo.
Mr. Speaker, government is also rolling out fiscal electronic devices to strengthen VAT compliance and improve the monitoring of taxable transactions. The pilot phase is at an advanced stage. To encourage participation and improve compliance, government will also introduce the VAT reward scheme, under which customers who obtain valid VAT invoice will qualify for periodic reward. This will actively involve every Ghanaian in protecting the nation's tax base. Mr. Speaker, this is how a tax culture is built, not through fear, but through participation, transparency, and reward. Mr. Speaker, taken together, these results demonstrate that the 2026 budget is firmly on track. The targets we set at the beginning of the year were not aspirational. They were grounded in sound policy, disciplined implementation, and realistic assumptions. The performance of the economy in the first half of 2026 confirms that we're on course to achieve them. Economic growth is exceeding target. Inflation is below the projected range. Fiscal performance is stronger than programmed, and the debt trajectory is improving faster than expectation.
Dr. Kesel Ato Forsen and then Rana or Rashibi Drefi and Wakasa. So far, the government is on course. A Juma, Yerishan and Sasso Mayor and Ghana no Uguso Yawoye. Na Asamba Kwa Okaye and it said Mua Omode VAT invoice, valid VAT invoice. Ebekoso diabano. Ababere se obe rewarded womo. And me busa se no what's the difference? Na Albert Asumani political zano. I say ono oye sikasem ni enti obegbe room. That's it that you are a Ghana finance minister, but on will do your better Ghana on Kobe. Yeah, and Dr. Kesel Ato Forsen.
Yeah, Mzenku Medase na menchieti for nya hwefo nyina. Mze na oka VAT invoice na sema oka no. Se follow finance minister me follow ni kakra na one thing I make us say, me pay on the I say, ope reforms. Any way, then find a way, any way, then find it. I can't say, we say, be a bit me I yield the results na aso aba. Now, talking about say, the with me acquire more VAT invoices, ye be mal reward. So, Mr. by law, no. Company bia okoto ade on ho ana so ye adwuma bi mawa na wo hu se VAT component e wo invoice ni so no sa company no serve as a withholding agent for aban.
Okay,
enti there was some taxes bia aban na nkasa ntumi enje agisa institutions ni bi na beje ama aban your tax be friend say PAYE pay as you earn.
Okay,
eno no yetitifi salary mu enti se bi adwuma bi a waya yetua wo salary no na aban ana say company na mamenyusi company e say Kencity ha yetua adwumafo ka ye wo tax bi atifi adwumafo no sikam ye friend PAYE pay as you earn.
Okay,
eno no emma Kencity by withholding agency at the same time se wo koye ju koto bibia ma okoto bibi o company bi and as a company render service second city a you go say your invoice no na ye wo VAT ewo so ye wo get fund wo so na enka na COVID-19 wo so ba aban we ya be ye fi ho and ye san wo NHIL levy enso ewo so sa sika no wo company no na OGF customer ne ho e de ama aban it is a customer no betua wo car as a set or man VAT invoice. So man VAT invoice automatically say what you are VAT at the company A or company B. So why you VAT invoice now the possibility says our company now to ade on honor into VAT in a buying a high. That means in effect no company na VAT. I say what you are buying while withhold the VAT but when you are buying.
As what Jeffrey customer said. On farmer buying. Young fan customer no.
Young fan say when see customers aban was see no. Young fan say tapoli. Ne price e 200 cedis. Ana me de VAT atoso. Ana akwa 220 cedis. Customer need to 220 cedis mamia. Emu 200 pen e me company ni dia. 20 cedis ne that's so at VAT get fund NHIL levy no ya buying there.
Buying there.
se customer ni tuye sika na mame na wanje VAT invoice a meme no me record o VAT invoice mu enti no abai kra ba na obem auditor ohun se maje sa VAT no
that's waje di aban sika no
customer na nso no ekọ a ontumi improve se watuya VAT what you say ana VAT no so eba VAT nsem ne calculation mu a ye wo input VAT and ye wo output VAT enti se oba betua sika emame na se ma VAT invoice a wo company no ana se individual so kwa file o tax a wotumi de sa invoice no eka ho ne ma na wo file no watia afimi se wotua so VAT ni bi
ti abasa akwa company no wunya mfa so
basawa anye pa wa ma company na to ade we ma 220 no afa ni 200 series afa buy 20 series na di basawo gide a automatically at the moment the part ma VAT invoice no pe why committed so so to 20 series na ma buy
okay
ntino odi incentive na ba se ye share manfo na se obi ani gi se metua 1 cedi kra na se me gi VAT invoice a meji a it makes that withholding company no liable says so kutu sika na ma ban won tuya de anache say waje aban sika na edi because VAT there the total amount of VAT abe collecting no ba kokura no we company ni dia e say utua ni nyina de ma ban sa na tie enti say ka say obem incentive ni ye say the more VAT invoice more incentive that means they are trying to encourage people say they insist on collecting their VAT invoice. So the company na say we insist on collecting your VAT invoice but so many so na say we file o VAT utumi de sa VAT na wo tua aye wo goods na e bia me ton tapoli ana ba be ton tapoli ni wo ho me be ton wo ho no invoice na de ma me VAT da so me so me ton wi a me ko ton a metete VAT me so me VAT ato so mo be ton ato se mre so na me ko file a se me file 30 series e wo tapoli hu as VAT because me medical tua 20 series ama wa bra na me tapoli ni ntino that 20 series becomes my input VAT because time be ton em na koton no me tua so VAT
okay
enti se me file a na me de me output VAT a ho na me de me input VAT a ho system na ya de file GNR tax no automatically will deduct the input VAT from the output VAT it was en kase me tua 30 series but me input in be shema we know say balance na ba 10 series that will be the tax payable as a mutua ma ban
wonderful
enti say one do invoice one as a company so a company I say utua VAT now tade we go one invoice it goes against who company nankasa because you are going to do double taxation in the sense that because one who input VAT into no what you have VAT ni bi dada ba we say tua ade na what tua so VAT dada no we say tua biem asa de amaban masa ogina wo file we na eboa o reduce VAT scarce ka so tua ma aban no na amaban so atimi anya the right amount a ese den ekọ ne nchen because yes because there for bana say omo eye we are auditor omo behu how a ese omo eye no pay the invoice na wa issue no ebi dey electronic ebi dey manual ni nyina GNR e control no mu how a ese wutua VAT into another way a eboa ma aban so timi ejejejeje the taxes we say me say so hwe system yi mu a eniema bebre na aban numa na nkasa na etosi wo mu into say ya ntimamufo no say ya amfa ye ho anhye na ya anya opepa no this comes to the patriotism in the PhD so obi a we Ghana ni a wadwen e wo say esese ye gigin to na de siesi o man na menye sure say oba deliberately be ka say makoto ade a untua ho tax and I say VAT is all the ma ban on farmer ye nyina ye ya se be bo aban a ye betimi aboa a collect sika no de ama ban na ya de na ehye nkofo nkura ma mo nye sa de ma nyina ni say ye gigi tax nyina no kogu kwanse ani mu a na nkofo awe nam no enti bedu be no say na emma ye nya opepa bi si e be bo but misaikum ye ni option bi ase ye be koso agege na mom ya di hu no kre yes na ya ma omo nso amo administer ye revenues na collect no omo timi administer no honestly na Ghana so anya ho mfa so
okay eti enra na we bi epiepie mu accept bi epiepie mu nti ma ye hwe no nso so na ye ni ho enkomo we eye microeconomic performance for January 2026 and that TV no so no na ora finance minister say Ghana has not merely met its first half target, it has exceeded them. And on the say overall real GDP growth was 6.4% in the first quarter of 2026, ahead of the 4.8 full year target. Enti full year target no kwano we GDP na wa mo target is say betimi grow by 4.8. But as 4.8 ni kwa say afimu ni nyina. But ka say first quarter no kwano grow by 6.4. And then non-oil real GDP growth was also 6.3% in the first quarter of 2026, well ahead of the 4.9% full year. Enti non-oil GDP no so no more say and also betimi grow by 4.9%. By year kasa say no and also enenam 3.6%. It tells you say abino economy. Now inflation de obiati ase me na nakrati ase because of niaye hununti. Inflation has more than halved, fallen from 13.7% in June 2025 to 5.3% by end June 2026 against an 8+2% year-end target. It tells you, sir, in terms of inflation, nearman 2 months or no, say abba, and also the abba from pa. And then ocean near Wahan when so ye other a year gross international reserves, and also so ye kasa say no, almost say and also a 5 point. It is a 5 months, and a Jaffa Bibia Jigua cover no a 5 months for Ghana, and then say primary balance no, and also so Omar recorded a surplus of 0.9%. It not just say family Ghana is on track at a Senyama Eguswa economy. Finance minister said you know ehunu openi asumeni also so unu say
Mr. Ankum. See when the can share or the same figures here, would the two just see na over boss na. Finance ministry no. Omuna sadi we na show. Inti when they work on it and they bring it, you can only dispute the figure by expressing how you feel. Say ebia enema no etisi anata etisi taking ebia inflation for example. Somebody will say see inflation at here from 13.7% about be do 5.3. But say oshe system no more say ana enema etie all the time I am uncle for cancel inflation akofom na de na enema no bo etisi anasa etisi. See inflation here the rate at which our prices yet to tune a cost road. It is a bad for my it doesn't mean say a never one cost road, but it sometimes increases in the decreasing rate. Nature moon say a back cost road there, but and yet 10 I said there, maybe our channel to police say 1,000 cities. Or I say the next following day 1,001. Sometimes we do not want to be an area which you are can Madame Cement on 1,002 be moved. They say I don't do 1,005. There and then now acquire about 1,002. It means in fact a BC will come. I do a banana my cost so pa. It is our share some figures here or the by any the GDP growth and I buy a put in 4.8 and I say I know by mid year no crano target no I exceeded to 6.7. Now that means the GDP near the total production of the goods and services production within the first half of the year. Today I said that means a neoma a movie kakra looking at target no almost 30 no and baby a dear kwa kudri. Now inflation na because the last time finance minister be ready budget no ye ne Dr. Donfe Kasawa ha
yeah
na our peggy inflation no 8% plus or minus 2 that means inflation the lowest and case timi ko 8 minus 2
okay
I say 6% and I say by 10% into that's the plus it has said 2 Rebecca 8 now I say 2 22 8 no but this time around baby I could do 5.3 no not just say I caught way below the targets now say 8% plus or minus 2
okay
now what say what are the things that are contributing to sa and your man say Mzenkum say we share fiscal policy in government in ma anyhow are buying try to draw money from the system no to gain the stability no say Osha all the time no government financial instruments now and I say treasury me fan mama use treasury bill so that enti ase
okay
e ba bonti ama commercial banks no ekokoje no so mo koje a aban I say aban abo mo besia na ban aban discafe obo ho na ban tua interest rather e dey amaba it is also in actual fact no commercial banks no mom and again sika no but akwa one of the open market operations aban no etimi dey stabilize the economy no last me ne papa bi di nko na o ka kire me say ehwe sa the way aban no ade na say oye aya transfer because edura bi a when you take more money from the system na system no tight e affect enkrofo at the end of the day no commercial banks no crowd they gain
omunya so
mfaso because omo na wutua sika na mo ndo ala ba jini sika ana wutua ho interest it is a way na kedu baby at least 10% crown and they say okay we can hover around that place for some time yen bebre say you reduce what becomes then a buying and that's a Bank of Ghana interest e wo mu say ade no SSC timi ya money bad the lowest the 6 numpo platform the last time was hovering around 3-4
yeah
what you say ekobane sa na ase ade no sesi ano you feel the impact of
is that the main reason why in Tiana minority can say though inflation no abafom all right
yeah
but then enema hyehyehye of man kofo nya sika entimi nkonkoto bi and so aban no ehwe sika ni nyina de free nkofo ho eti ade no wahu pa ba so betimi akwakoto no sika ni bi ni ho a wo de akwakoto
zenku so wahwe this current finance minister almost every sector is complaining say he's not spending
in such a thing
sir enti a lot of people cry aye adwuma cry say tuo mo ka no yentua skana koshem because sometimes the person gain stability it is scanned the ho yes spend it e bia na happen to the garage program and omoka World Bank sika or the best yamfa nye sa flood hun sem ni ade they didn't spend the money is there. What I say because when they pay it also has its effect on the economic stability and the measures they say young would draw more money from the system then they slow down payments and a lot of and saying now a great minister and finance ministry what issues
yeah
the finance ministry said they have done releases they release this so a great ministry say no yansan kai
so mo ka say na yesen 1.6
it was around
1.6 was a BBC.
It was is it 6.9 or 1.6? I've forgotten the figure.
But then the finance minister also so buy no. Sika no so buy any chese and I just said almost can say 2.6.
Yeah, 2.6.
And then finance minister and buy on one office no eba out to say only 2.6 na kwa a great ministry so mo fanya adwuma no. Now the same person by parliament ebe ka say 2.1 and omo de akọ etina asade no emu akwakwa ebi
etimi enchemu a minya from the finance ministry no ne say unsem zankum you will release this and you will payment
okay
sometimes when the money is released it doesn't necessarily mean say you tua araya spend it unsem say no aban was system bi o use a friend no GIFMIS.
Okay.
I think it's Ghana Integrated Financial Management Information System. And on that, I buy companies in the brain, you know, SSO mu use nom the year transactions, procurement, and some because we share the Public Financial Management Act now. SSS and money to go through the system. It's controlled by the Ministry of Finance, not controller and accountant general, so are the minister. Until you let me release this canon, but so one raise the invoices and I need to pass in through the system. Sikano yentri
and
it
is possible say a wall
releasing, but the releases are different from payments that we have made. And to say who raise the invoice in the fact system num na say a do that amount to na say invoice then to me you cannot pay there, then that means it releases canon. And this also sika abe heti sika na yamfa me go account to me say jikodi. When it is released, there is a procedure you faso at the spend this sika no. And I think say ana issue no buy and I was a deputy finance minister and I come make his statement. Ana na according to Atofo say no or no the minister himself didn't have an issue by microphobia mo ministry and monte ade na say and but minister whatever it is no ama ye no internal issues
na just a pipeline no apie e wo ho
na just a dem the pipe
and then our pipeline ti kwa bia so be pie
and no so ade ba ko a man te ho asem bebre name kan bebre kra impress me the 24-hour economy. You see Mr. Nkum, I have come to realize that Ghanaians say whenever there's a political promise aya yensu so mbosi what I say because and metie finance minister on one of the radio City FM I think this morning. Now the explanation of the 24-hour economy. Anyhow, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama SLE 24-hour economy policy no. Now to me say Mr. Nkum na a scam papa. The implementation of the 24-hour economy and the policy now omotoma Ghana no. There's a sharp contrast. Because over Ghana President Mahama campaign no. Now or the clock be able to friend the 24-hour economic clock.
Okay.
133. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. I don't know the campaign. Ghana for na drink koyo almost say 24-hour economy ne ba. Yeah, you more Kencity no. You ba adwuma ne you pon 5. Now another shift about 5. No more be pon another 5. Now another set asamba. Sa into one job no enipa miensa na ebeye eti nka meme office meme sori kwa na another person so abetena ho ono sori kwa another person abatena ho na me so maba sa
no wo ma
yeti ase. But from what they are saying and what they are doing now no oma kwa establish 24-hour economy 2025 nkwa no they spent over 1 billion Ghana cedis for more operations. A call. I named the Omode according to Finance Minister and Crown of the Treasury salaries no operations. Secretariat, no 24-hour economy secretariat in Ankasano. And then there is no way. Ube to be doing says you work say a creative job through the 24-hour economy. Afraid they will explain at the end. I am getting a picture like the 1D1F programmer and PPB because they are looking at agro processing. I mean, it is something I'm saying. Say, Enra, na me say NKB feature prominently. Our minister statement, you know. I mean, we say okay, by half year, no, say the 24-hour economy secretariat, you know, and yama ABCD no matimi aden. Aye, but we didn't see that. Bausha, within the half year, no, Mr. Nkum, Abai has spent over 144 billion.
Aye, no major more there.
And the government expenditure no akosoro, but fortunately for us, no, and no finance minister Amami, who says anka Obabeye we dia anka SSS anka request for more money there, anka that means on the we be aba to parliament anim and requested for say omo this can be home. But fortunately enra the statement obe read ni nyina no was enema I say omo ye ene amania obebo Ghana for, but not necessarily say oba abeje more money aka main budget na ankasa obe read.
Okay, then enra also on the main problem Ghana ha unemployment no so no finance minister eba be di nkomo e de fa ho ho eti me patcho fa except no to so na fe ye hu se de tie unemployment rate declined from 13.7% during the first 3 quarters of 2024 to 12.8% over the same period in 2025. Now, ninchire mu amu peso amudi be nyina ne say unemployment rate ana ye 13.7% during a year 2024 throughout the 3 quarters ni nyina no. First quarter in 2026 nkwano wamatimi amane declining from 13.7% to that of a year 12.8%. Itina chese so ate ede abafom pa. One no ate abafom pa. Then wo share a so multi-dimensional poverty. Multi-dimensional poverty. And also so no ate say we or say multi-dimensional poverty declined from 24.9% in quarter 3 of 2024 to 21.9% in quarter 3 of 2025. Eti nature say baby ana ejina aye 24.9% na. Se say no omabo modern e de aba 21.9% and only a multi dimensional poverty. Uhia pa.
Yes, that is a no. Here wa beyond sika.
As I would sika no ni bi na dia koto
Debi. But bisankum so hwe unemployment rates okay ho asem. I think say meaning the Ministry of Finance omo check here omo years no mo use na. I am thinking say the 2024 size should be 2025. Na the period now okay ho asem currently should be the 20 because 2024 they were not in power. It was MPP. See, a honey politics na a woman. Or person or say MPP no crown on 3 years no 3 quarters no within the 2024. Yeah. The kind of performance are on the buy no. O compared to omo die ya na che so omo call manim. Your person or but the politics no e dey be. You see, Saudi Arabia will always be politics. What I say? Because maybe as a government, can the finance minister point out to any employment abano a creative? Because one, what is unemployment, you know? Simple definition and say unemployment is the rate the people who are willing and able to work but they cannot find work. It's the say you need 5 no studio ha. Yenina no ye adwuma. But some person who the unemployment woman no be say ho. Oh, here we have 5 ni nyina. Are we able to work? Yes, we are able to work. Are we willing to work? Like I said, there be nipa me read omo nyoma de so mo pay adwuma ye. Ba ye me ensa no and ye pay adwuma ye. Nti ye ka omo ye unemployed in this studio a. E be ka say nipa 3. Because all of us are able, but not all of us that are willing. So if you are willing and you cannot find work, if you are able, willing, you cannot find work, then you are unemployed. If you are able and unwilling, you are not part of it. And how was the unemployment rate? You know, how did it reduce? Abandon a generate a creative ajuma and our public sector no. And I be robust no let me absorb bibi. And our people have created their own jobs. And no the ufrudua. Na wa ufru pim esi awasi.
so obi bobi bi osoro so na disi form as wasasi eti kwan am fa so say ye private no na absorbing nkofo ana so say aban na atimi abefa nkofo a ono o che say wabema nkofo adwuma.
These figures, sometimes, some of us, when the finance minister presents, we take it like that. But it's very difficult to believe figures. Because Obakasa reduce to 9%. But you cannot, because you are not the government statistician. And all this information, they take it from the Ghana Statistical Service. And the government and this statistician, whatever figures that they bring out, that becomes the official figures I ever use. But the ever can say, I buy M1 home ratio. Now, you see, when they say the private sector is the engine of growth, so I'm sure they pay a more Ghana. Any more, I buy, I employ more. No more private sector, I employ. Private sector, I employ a chunk of the people. Private sector, I economy. Without the private sector, there are, you see, me as a person, say me a president and I'm a finance minister, I will advocate say yes, because you are creating a lot of government agencies. One, and benefiting government, and generating any income, and a kunko what you say, and you who they and a lot of them, some of them so cross functions. Juma it will be now information service for any minister of or the same communication as information for who the oya abaya Juma when the so called that rule it will be and then an institution like NCCE. Minim adia NCCE. Though they have a clear cut mandate. SSA omoye anano ye betena ha tribunal si kra yabe wo senka by this time matia si mo kire no womada and there are abandoned institutions who are spending a lot of money, putting money in them infrastructure, salaries and all, but at the end of the day no un share them who omajuma no omoye no so mu ye ni so mu ye ni all of them no as I say it me hwe. Say unemployment rate never from now say a real numbers are you bet me attest to it. I think say it's a good thing. Now, last of it all, multi-dimensional poverty. Nipa wodo a aban we be you omo free no. Multi-dimensional no ye nkofo a ono no onye adwuma. Na ote faako no ote no so no bibia ni ho a edi sika bre no. Ebia o depend kra wo bi so. Nipa no so sese niama nkoyie. Into ntimi mfa bi emfa mre no saa nkofo ni nyina no aban ebaye waba beyi enipa maako 950,000 eno de omo free saa ohaw no nti so mu nyina gina yi a omo depend on obi so bi no
Mr. Nkum ana America said these figures no they are just throwing figures at us but oh yes because sometimes you ask yourself, say, this 2026 government true now I thought say bia minister bet me aka say bia through this or that and be a bit me reduce the multi-dimensional poverty no from this number to that number. How do they get those figures? I think the Ghana Statistical Service will do us a lot of good if they put out the figures collected and how they were assessed to arrive at this figure. So that that multi-dimensional poverty na say any acquire a far so a man for because really adie chi adie san me who say as a newmamu yedin the sanko for ya ye kase ate su kra me sure say can abeka ho because before and even some make offer what they say Accra Central some of shops you na me talk ade ho me ko bia me ko oma close ese adwumayefo no say ye yi omade guy na kra ka dem so se menya ba bi obetimi aya person or ye shop attendant ni ade Oh.
Yeah, they
Afe kra na bi beka ho
yes.
so omo so ate.
Nya
numbers get one so 950,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Close to 1 million.
How do they get the multidimensional poor people? No, they were able to see say this time around it has been reduced from this. And you figure, as I sit here, I can only dispute through what we are doing. Say, but once the statistical service put out this figure, and as the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning put out this figure, it is difficult to challenge them to say no correct because we don't even know the methodology how we use to arrive at this one. We can only just take it on the surface. This one on not the pin sheet, but on the surface of the media review statement. Say Sahara Finance Minister Abeka. But there is a lot of room for this government to improve on a lot of things. A bit me abua ama because this time around, Mr. Nkum say Oshe the way Ghana for nya DDA NDC to about na. I think say what we are seeing there, it is not a reflection of the GDA na NDC for Ghana for the control about.
All right, Albert Asumani political za enamne edi enkomo abusua Kingdom Herbal Center eboye say yedi abusua ebedi ehun kwakwa free yade mu enti yede Kingdom Garlic Bitters and the capsules abedwama so na adwuma no eye ne se ufa bia eboa ema yade bia se yade we de eye krankro we ya ne hwanye yie saa yade no ena sandro etu ase afei etu ase awie no eje adwa e onipaduanim eti yade bia twiniti ano abona to nchen edane osrani e onipaduanim afei yesa wo Kingdom Tremendous Capsules esiesie ma akatoa afichiriko emu yawo ena afei enkabone ade bia bemo obanim agu ase ene saa nyama ne nyina no Kingdom Tremendous Capsules no esiesie no ema bibia ensoso ye kama afei eboa kwa mo ba ne redie skin no esesa kra achese obi ahunu sampa wo yo ba sima ankasa yesa so ewo Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules power ne de power bema bi ahia power bema esese wo so so timi ewo asase so na wantimi anwo a nokra ne se enimguase no doso se dre be siesie nkwamwa no enti won so bewo amobi ahunu sampa se wo ye bema enwe amabobo su nyina no ukọ baabi eto aduro bia na abusa obenya bi afere no akini se wo pen dodo eto aton a fo wani kire draglin no kanhye ye wo eye Kingdom Herbal Center ewo ho afei frɛ ni nkomo ewo 0275 804 064 0275 804 064 na oni endi enkomo enna another report before say Finance Minister eba emrahye bedwafie another reporter eba from info analytics enso so asoye ya owura Musa Dankwa ene dano no almost say we Ghana ha MP somo ha emodin bo a enya da form chese da form team na odisa report no eba energy no kra ne say MPC bi ebo anwe ho kra titiriu ene Dr. Stephen Amoa Steka enso so kire na adwen e de fa ho say that kind of research report I de beba any ade ne ayi no I say ye de ba say ye de bobo mumfim keke ya omuhunu say nyansa bia enim na ma yentie nkoma Dr. Stephen Amoa on that report no nia wono nso so de eba betu dwa ene na asemo a wo kan ye de efa ne ni nkomo 2 minutes na afi ye nko
Musa Dankwa, my own brother, is depending on. This is very, very demotivating. This is very dangerous because I believe in myself that with my performance within 6 years and with the opportunity I had, what I've done, I don't think you can get more than 10 MPs to do what I've done. And I'm not comparing myself to my MPs, but I'm talking about top performance. So Mr. Dankwa should come again because I find it very strange. You go to Santasi Market, I gave them about 100,000 to do businesses, share and pay back without interest. Just about 40% paid, and I left the rest. You go to a Tasmasu Market, armed robbers were worrying them. I used my own money to provide security gates and other things. I am cool with the constituents. I am fine with them. Through me, some of the youth got GRA, Cocoa Board, Ghana Gas, banks. Some of them are in UK. In fact, one of them is one of the top army officers in UK today. Some of them, the parents call me and they are crying. I just went to UK. This thing was bought by a constituent who, because of me in UK now, he's having a good job. He talked to me and he was crying how happy he is now. So please, I got this, you can check. In 3 years of my tenure, I can't believe it, what is happening. And I'm not doing this because of my reputation. Only God knows what I've done. But I'm doing this for us to be careful that the people who are doing rather good things in Ghana are not seen or praised, except those who are kind of using ways to create content and deception and lies. I think I cannot be rated as a low performer. With all that I've done, Dan Kwamusa's team should go to the schools and ask the headmasters and the teachers what Steka has been doing there. Dan Kwamusa's team should go and check, because if you ask people around what Steka is doing in the schools, the person might not have been in school, or children might not have been there, has not gone there. I beg them, misinformation.
Enti wey eye Dr. Stephen Amwa in Shayeso constituency ewa Asante Mantemo ono ye member of parliament na nienti enu a organize this very press conference no eye say Oro Musa Dankwa eye no otoso 78 say MP so mo modern kra. You see wabomu ekire wado ye say Oro anodompe ene di nkunim na nim ni anodompra ya enu nti eche so no na di nkunim bia ye bie for lines na the constituency for no beba na o ma ba beka wo de no eto nchen a MPB te say honorable Ken Ohina Agyapong time anu oti akonwa so no wanye book da a o showcase ne niama no waye but na opia o Ghana ha bia nimnia na oye opani they bet me the want to this kind of report now for you take a decision against your MP sana.
Mr. Kum, I think say looking at how info analytics he has been very unfair to the MPs. Yes, very unfair to the MPs. And our side the confusion because to the minds of Ghanaians. You cannot walk to my constituency and say rate your MP excellent, poor, excellent, good, better, poor. I mean, how? First and foremost, do we even know the core mandate of MPs? MP, the core mandate of constitution no, I said ya mano, I to abade masa MP no, a core parliament no, MPs are not supposed to be doing this kind of constructions in schools, in markets, in this area.
Because you be an holding betimi.
Yes. Enti ana one
on the second Agyapong ko ye ken Agyapong.
There be ana sa constituency home pa. A be A options A performance of your MP in parliament. 1 to 10 ube rating is saying eba ebia say bia all of bia project about constituency project ube rating is saying the human relations it is saying now but when you go and you say Medina Yamfa Sosu Usiamo Medina Street MP rating is saying excellent, good. I mean how? Then Obi rating now be yabum say you see my man the Jimusa Dankwa so on this
yeah be expanded this very issue on Monday.
He didn't do well at all.
And your time no IAT.
I share his pain. No, I share his pain because you sat down quite
said you see MP snatching. Now it's MP snatching down. I have one year tier for betimi abomna yeni nkomo ye sabata we afi enso so e ba na afi o the messages ahodo no o the abrayen 0240550899 0240550899 me pacho self from make sure say radio na wutie ana TV na wo ha ubedum sa nya na obama na kofom na watie e wo phone na afi yetimi abonkomo number ni biem 0240550899 0240550899 eti ubetimi aba na afi yedi nkomo ba make sure say obeye ne ntentem na unuanso abam. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Honorable
Sinopei.
The cancer the chepe. The safety athlete so me Kodoniama.
Kodonian kwai.
Oh, if you are looking the base. Yes, you are looking at the base. Oh, why are there? Perchance we are the man you kill the whole Ghana. I see that third party, that third force. The Kennedy know about the Kennedy and then Kennedy money, then Srenka. And the Pasawaka. Because one of the Kennedy does say, because the last third force are NDU, and I don't want to get it. What I in the direct stuff of what you call it. I want to have it. I don't know some of the cars, some of the some of what I could get by the Flamon. Kennedy. Yanin Diata, Alabrama, I am Samba.
Mate.
All right, come on.
May I say 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, maintaining 0240550899. 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, mente onosonka monye Sabbath already, mame. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Papa.
Sinopei.
Thank you. Yes, can you send me your honorable?
Emmanuel Shea Adebayoni, mamintio.
The batch of winning baby. I know the papa you pronounce me. I am
Ade yente wonka tu be gina faako agina faako mente wonka.
Hello.
Aha, kasa.
Aha.
Debi ade emso otimoto so. Emfama we di anu odenti. Mama no ofa nyina nche na yenku anim. 0240550899 0240550899. Ubetimi afra ba na afe yedi nkomo sabato afe enso so aye krado na afe yetimi apeki ono nso so messenger aba from Facebook, YouTube and afe WhatsApp ni yedi nkomo. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Coulson. I'm you can't send it here.
Would you be afraid for the meeting?
Or say budget no. I was spending 58 million or black car. You know, I'm any I don't know. 8 million cities, no compare here. It's about 580 billion Uganda cities. Just can wait me and set up a small scale industry. I Ghana and my youth and provide cards non Banyajima. Because black cards of a young Mokonadi now, who may be on the I said, can I come by when you're there? Well, very sad.
Okay, hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's happening?
Ade mamintio.
Aha, me say the new papa ko bra, na ho ni man. I have now to tell about it. We no. I'm not putting you. I'm not okay. If I put you, right? We go talk. Na you want to that to be. Eh, you have to pay you. What do you do them pay? They don't want to. No, na me no to want to know what we want. Papa no to see you now. E che pura, ti che ne può mi aprire. La già tu sai che stiamo già a fare un po' anche già da un po' di tempo. Ma da la sua parte, che dove la popolazione da là, e poi fanno un po' di più. Ma dove questi quanti a popolazione, e che non vedi che la.
All right. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, ono entimi enyina so. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Sinupe.
Na bo ti say.
Nyame adom, udi de say o kasa free.
Nana mpacho. Me kasa free anya COVID. You do from that is virgin. Now the attorney say NPP party back on you. Me sira kwa lesson na mo da mo tiri. Ona bo kana namba yan tuama. Ana bo kan na ya papa na ye u anu. En so na ba ne kwa no e ko content. Be blan kan no wi ni ya ke you believe me kai. Me tin sira mo politics na ye no. Anya kwa lan kwa sa. So ka say ona bla me
pacho eye obi na abekire na dwen eti untimi mbeko obi adwen tumbu oso ka wo de unni bibi ade atenase na yenko yenim. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Obi ba na obekire na adwen untimi mbamba me tete se nipa no kan wo so de. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, me fancy me kwa sabata ona sabato entwaso emfa emai sabi etisai
Mr. Inkum nyame adom me ho ye pa na also
nyame adom me nsoso me ho ye
da nyame
me hu se eniema gufom eti me anku enu mai
obi achigu ana Okay, Mr. Inkum when again me fa YouTube messages ahodo aba no me fa shase me wi ana me de WhatsApp messages no so aka ho we ya Richard Oheneba Domako edifi UK I say Mr. Inkum, so all the evil plans NPP gurus planned against Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, yet he is sound and peacefully planning for the youth. Are the NPP gurus not ashamed of themselves? We see Jennifer, or say good afternoon team Sinupen crew. Ken is Ghana's future. Ghanaians, please join the base Ghana first and get jobs to do. We see Yamami Winnie Champon. I say good afternoon, my PhD family. We thank God it's Friday. May his name be praised forever and ever. Sinupe as it is, with no fears. Wish you all blessed weekend till we meet Monday by God's grace. Love you. We see a George Owusu. I say good afternoon, Mr. Inkum. Good work done. The base, Ghana first. Jobs for the youth. Power, power. Honorable Ken is a good leader. Watching you live from Germany, Hamburg. We see a Richard Bless. I say Honorable Ken Beba. The base, Ghana first. We see a Francis Kwashi. I say please, Mr. Inkum, tell Honorable Ken that we are waiting for him because he's the one. I say he's the one in town who believes in Ghana, and he's one person. If we miss him, then we should forget about Ghana's development. We see a George Owusu. I say Mr. Inkum, Ghana. I say Ghana leaders and do not love Ghana, but they like themselves, not Ghana. I'm a Ghana. I say we are crying so much. We also saw Francis Kwashi was say, I believe that Ghana be a year with Honorable Ken as the leader of this country. We also see a Nidrata was say, good afternoon, Mr. Inkum. Ghana spirit is talking through you. The base, Ghana first. The base, jobs, jobs. The base, power, power. Ghana needs Honorable Ken. Please, Honorable Ken, come and lead Ghana for us. We also see a Richard Oheneba Domako. Or say if Ghanaians do not change their mind and seek for honest politicians like Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, they will continue hearing stories like Atofos who presented at Parliament yesterday. We see a Agyapong. Or say, can the builder-in-chief book be purchased on Amazon? I don't think so. Here be for the meantime. I just has seen now. We see a Richard Bless. I say we are waiting for Wale Adam Smith's view on the current budget, and also say you. We see a Ebenezer Dia. I say the base Ghana first. The base jobs for all Ghanaians. The base power, power. The base Akron-Focus rule. Ebenezer Dia say the base in near Kennedy near base in near live from Bristol, Virginia. Last one, Amefa Ewo YouTube, a PhD. Or say, I wish Ghana wasn't a democratic country. Mamifa was YouTube messages no NC Hanamefa WhatsApp messages no kakra and kahon. We say please, Mr. Toforson, Minister of Finance, don't do mistake. Remember, the gate of Nsawam prison is open almost every day from Ajanto Edifi in Sawam Ashoman and a buyer. Or say, Mr. Inkum, I salute you for today's message. God bless you. We also say good afternoon, Mr. Inkum. I say you are great. Continue. NPP, NDC, they don't have Ghana in their hearts. Now I'm begging. I'm beginning to understand our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He's dead and gone. Who else is? Who else? It's only Kennedy or Agyapong. He's the only one who can help Ghana, the base Ghana first. We Isaac Esiedu Bento Edifi Kaswa Ena Ebaye. We say hi, Mr. Inkum. I say hi, Mr. Inkum. We have 4 types of unemployment. I say there are structural unemployment, cyclical unemployment, seasonal unemployment, and physical unemployment. Which one is Minister of Finance talking about? He should come again for explanation. We PM Edifrika Swa. Mr. Inkum, and the messages are Hodwa ma mefa kakra we na mefa wonsi ha.
Ma men now wase ye ko holiday weekend me boa.
Yeah.
Ya akra wachi.
Me mama chingo.
Yes sir, ye beti asu wachi. Ye ti su wachi a ye besi no. And na ya before be so birthday ti ye hwe wo mon so na fe yen sori emfiri ha. Yen fanto so birthday no ewo he ma yen ko birthday no we he. Okay, eti eno na eda so no say happy birthday akufo-addo of Ashalaja. As you add another year, I pray God crowns it with goodness. May you walk in favor, speak in wisdom, and live in abundance. May your heart be full from your uncle, Elder Samuel Asuman. Samuel Asuman. Assignment and odi free ebaye. So happy birthday going out to you. And then another one, and so happy birthday to Sarah. Wishing you a day filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful memories. May this new year of your life bring you good health, endless blessings, and success in everything you do. May all your dreams come through, and may you continue to shine brightly. Have a truly wonderful celebration. Happy birthday. And wade ato so enso e wa ha nyame nhira mo bebre
papa mo de
eti efri papa mo ho
nti no se edini nye Sahara na Sahara so onim bi ochroye
eti Sahara oh okay enti we efri papa mo ho amoya ye kan enye lawyer amodate.
Oh, Mr.
lawyer will be
talking about lawyer no Nyakopon man ho tire di bomi you know
ya di bom
ya ayaresa de ama lawyer
sa e wo nyame agya
nyame oba ene hu konkron di mu
amen ti lawyer what no why nyame ti ase honorable Ken ohina Agyapong
yes
obama ne ta na
honorable ono here 21 dance salute honorable the 21 dance salute sao ai nyame adomo a ye de be ma no
okay
see your ponso a be di nkomo
sao
ai engofo achi go sometimes na ya engofo bi ha mbe so me skirmishes bi no o machi go
o machi ase
who do see o makacha say me so machi go
o defense defense na nya kra
enya sasabron sam no yonko ni mo tie de osonson
dabi
me na nabu dabi o say enya mo tie de osonson yonko ne sasabron sam wo bu achacha
ase we wadi bone ansa de wa chacha no
na krama wani nsa de abori ga do mudu ho a wo se wo kojo so
obemre
obemre ubetini a wo kwa chipo
so defense nso nye nkwa de ne ya me ha
okoye o ho te say here or they say Carlos Cureza I know what you go Colombia see what no on the two
for George George Nyantechi Nana Nyantechi no ho ye
and then they were fan of radio
oh but the defense in yes so they strike wo kwa bia o ti ase
you better watch it
yeah no ye timi digitally ye timi strike
you say could be sorry I be ajojo you better watch it
no offer
as I say dey be chi no
o ye hard o
you be who be owo
ni mu odin o
ye be hu no dey be nsuro
on say odi honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong echi no otietie honorable anamom eti oye de ye pa oye de ye ko week
say ananso ye tio nso birthday o
tio ben ya
wa tio ya
rasta man
half rasta half punk
woni picture na
it's about farmer focus
on so focus na manage
theory oye semi rastafarian
tio nyame ka ho ate
no
onye okese
very nice humble gentleman me pena sempa
obuade
me pena sempa nyame ka no ho na
obuade
my birthday afibia na celebrating more birthdays for him nti say you come weekend dey ban so at you wetimenka
ye besi bia besi
wetimenka
ye besi nti eta we ni ye
de no
we ni ye ta nti obi a ohwe bia nso so no Nyankopon hira wate ye de tane e ma ye nyina ye tane ya ne mu ade no. Thank you very much for being part of the show Asedan Nkoma Kingdom Herbal Center enupe nyina adwesuo sanso ena aboafo a omo nso so aka ewe akire no Nyankopon hira obi a pacho bomode fa wade tonde ne bra ha aha na ebetimi abɔ ho dewro ama enema koyi ede ama wo Nyankopon ya adom adwade be saba na ye de Monday edition no enso ede abrɛw okan ye ho ewo Oman 107.1 FM so ena afei NAP radio enso ofimfini mantemo and then Net2 TV GH on Facebook, Net2 TV GH on YouTube. Okay, ho ewo ho. And afi Net2 TV ankasa otene chire and anonso ni edi enkomo. Your friend Anthony Kofi Inkum Dazi from Mr. Inkum Albert Ashmani political za e kan me ho sanso na sabato we afi enso bae. So wutimi bae na wantimi manufacture emripam yebehia. Sinu pein ye kan no senia etie. We are out.